Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your back porch professor here. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, but I can certainly tell you who's not, and that's, of course, up Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. They actually thought they were playing chess, but Trump just dropped a tactical nuke on the entire federal government. What started as Chuck Schumer's calculated shutdown strategy has now become the greatest act of political self-destruction the world has ever witnessed. While Schumer was busy posturing for the cameras, Trump quietly activated the nuclear option that's about to permanently reshape Washington, D.C. forever. It's absolutely amazing stuff. So on Friday afternoon, the Trump administration unleashed what officials are basically calling mass IRF notices, that's reduction in force notices, all across 7 major federal departments. So this isn't your typical government shutdown theater of mass furloughs, right? Where federal workers basically take a paid vacation. They eventually get their jobs back with retroactive pay. So it is in effect a paid vacation. You know, I remember, decades back, during the Gingrich-Clinton shutdown in the 90s, I taught guitar to a group of young federal workers in Arlington, Virginia. It was a class of about 5 or so. They were all furloughed. And they all treated it like school kids treat, school closings on snow days. They loved it. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everyone who gets furloughed. I just remember they were hardly acting as if they were on hard times. Let's put it that way. Regardless, what we're seeing play out here is the complete opposite. These are not mass furloughs. These are mass firings. These are permanent terminations targeting Department of Education, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Energy, Housing and Urban Development. Now, Russ Vought, who's the Director of Office of Management Budget, the OMB, that basically oversees government expenditures when there's a shutdown. He also happens to be the chief architect behind Project 2025. He confirmed that the mass firings have officially commenced with a simple but very devastating 3-word message. The RAFs have begun. The reductions in force operations have begun. This is bureaucratic speak for mass layoffs that are not coming back. Now, what makes this move absolutely brilliant is the timing and the messaging. The timing and the messaging. Trump made it clear that all the permanent cuts are being targeted towards Democrat programs. So we're only cutting Democrat programs. So that involves measures such as cutting $12 billion from the Department of Education's overall funding, with, of course, plans to eventually eliminate the entire department altogether. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, the darling agency of the left, gang, they're about to see an 89% gutting of their entire staff. 89%. They're gutting all environmental education funding. They've already completely eliminated all climate change and green energy initiatives. They're cutting off tens of billions of dollars in infrastructure funding for Democrat-run states across the country, tens of billions of dollars in public transportation projects in cities like Chicago, New York, and of course all the DEI programs are being eliminated as we speak. This is a literal Trumpocalypse for the American left. Trump is taking full advantage of a government shutdown to basically eliminate any and all funding for Democrat programs and projects throughout the entire nation. That's the timing and the messaging here. It's absolutely stunning. The Trump administration's rationale centers on eliminating unfunded, misaligned federal programs that do not reflect Trump's priorities, essentially using the Democrats' own shutdown as a weapon against them. Now, needless to say, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, he's having a total meltdown over this. His reaction literally tells you everything you need to know about how catastrophically this shutdown has backfired on the Democrats. Schumer's accusing the White House, of course, of acting out of political retribution. He's accusing Trump of being an authoritarian dictator. He's acting unconstitutionally, unlawfully. You know, basically the same things they've been saying for the last decade about Trump. This is the fundamental inherent weakness of adopting a chicken little sky is falling politics. When you really do face an apocalypse, no one believes you anymore. And so Schumer's out there making a complete ass of himself. I mean, he's filming these cringe-worthy videos, dropping the F-bomb, and causing Democrats across the country just facepalm in disgust at how bad he is at this. He actually stuck his foot in his mouth just a couple of days ago when he claimed that every day was getting better for the Democrats. Every day that the government is shut down, every day government workers are out of a job gets better for the Democrats. It was a devastating gaffe. We Democrats benefit every day you are in misery. I mean, I gotta say, Schumer, he sort of reminds me of the Cracker Barrel CEO, that lady who was running around in her eye-wateringly cringe PR attempts on all the legacy media outlets, actually claiming that people were telling her how much they loved the woke rebranding for Cracker Barrel. I mean, it was so patently untrue. It was so obviously ridiculously fabricated, and yet she and the legacy media just kept repeating it, but to no avail. And that's exactly what's happening to Schumer and the Democrats. The latest polling data is frankly devastating. According to the latest Harvard-Harris poll, 65% of Americans, a supermajority, believe Democrats should end the shutdown by accepting current spending levels rather than holding out for more Obamacare funding. And a Republican study committee report is already detecting significant fractures happening inside the Democrat unity as public backlash mounts against Senate Democrats' hardline stance. So we already have 3 Democrats who are consistent. They've consistently broken ranks with and voting with the Republicans, and inevitably, especially senators who are in swing states who are vulnerable, that number is only going to grow, especially as more and more Democrat programs are permanently cut. I mean, with over 300,000 federal workers having already left under the Trump administration, these new reductions could further streamline the federal workforce in ways that previous Republican administrations could have only dreamed about. Again, the EPA alone is gutting up to 89% of its agency. And the astonishing irony in all of this is that this gutting is occurring during a government shutdown that Democrats themselves chose to initiate and maintain. With no signs of the shutdown ending, and with Republicans, of course, refusing to negotiate until Democrats accept the clean continuing resolution passed weeks ago in the House, the pressure is entirely on Schumer's side. Every day Schumer delays increases the political cost for Democrats while giving Trump more and more justification for permanent cuts that he wanted. In many ways, this isn't just a government shutdown. It really is the complete restructuring of federal power that Trump promised his voters. The Democrats thought they were playing their strongest hand yet. But as it turns out, they just walked into the greatest F around and find out moment in modern political history. And the best part is they did it all to themselves. So what do you guys think? What do you think? How long do you think this shutdown's going to last? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button for breaking news and analysis you're not going to hear anywhere else. Love you guys. God bless. Enjoy your weekend.